Hi everyone, welcome back to Stamp with Anna. And this week I'm going to show you some cards that we made at Stamp class this past weekend, where I showcased some of the new dynamic embossing folders. So again, my hope is to have a card posted every day this week. I am on vacation this week, so hopefully nothing will get in the way. A new card each day showing a new dynamic embossing folder. So the first card we made at class this week was this lovely one. And this one, I know I always say things are super simple, but this truly is super simple. And this is the embossing folder I used. It's called the Lovely Floral Dynamic. And the dynamic embossing folders make a deeper impression than the regular embossing folders. And you make your sandwich just a tiny bit different as well. So what we need for this card here is just our card base, which is Grapefruit Grove, which is one of the new in colors, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and then a piece of Whisper White, which is 4 by 5 1/4 for the outside, and you would also put a piece on the inside to write your message. What we need for stamps is, they're all new colors, Grapefruit Grove, which is a new in color, Granny Apple Smith, which is Granny Apple Green, which is a new color, and Pineapple Punch, which is also another in color. For stamp sets, we're just using one stamp called Happy Birthday, and it comes from the brand new Itty Bitty Greetings. This has so many greetings on it, and I made mine a birthday card, but certainly any one of these would fit there. And if you don't have the Itty Bitty Greetings, the one that just retired called Teeny Tiny Wishes has just as many beautiful sentiments on it, but we're going to use the Happy Birthday from that one. Then for ribbon, we're just using this 1/8 inch grosgrain ribbon, also in the Grapefruit Grove. And I'm going to use some sponge daubers to apply my inks. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to emboss our Whisper White piece. And I am going to bring in my Big Shot so I can show you how the sandwich is made. I'm going to use the Big Shot platform, and then I'm going to put my Whisper White into my embossing folder. Now, because of the way I designed mine, let me just move this out of the way for 1 second. I want to have the flower more towards the top of the card. I'm not going to center it because then I won't have room on the bottom for my ribbon. So I am going to push this up closer to the top, leaving about, half an inch, I think. All right, I'm going to close that. Now I'm going to bring my Big Shot back in. So I have my Big Shot, I have my Big Shot platform, and then with the folded side, the closed side, put that in first, and then you use one acrylic plate. So because it is a dynamic folder, you don't use 2 plates in your sandwich. Normally you would put a plate on top of the platform, so you would sandwich your embossing folder between 2 plates. But because these folders are so much thicker, you only need one. So it's platform, embossing folder, and acrylic plate. And I'm going to run that through. And when it comes out, it's just absolutely gorgeous. The impression is just so deep. I just love it. So now we're going to color it. And what I'm going to do is open up my ink pads. What I like about these ink pads is on the back of them, just like the old ones, they have the labels of the name of the stamp, and then they also have a plain strip with no writing on it. And I've taken that and put that right here so that when my ink pads are open, I know exactly what I'm going for. So many times I go and put my dauber or my stamp in the wrong stamp pad. And I can see this happening right here because I'm using orange and yellow. And to me, this looks kind of like a light orange, and I could see myself making that mistake. So with that strip there, that kind of alleviates that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make my focal flower, Grapefruit Grove. So with my sponge dauber, I'm going to ink that up, and I'm just going to come in on the petals here. And it doesn't have to be perfect because that's part of the design of the card. Okay, I'm going to do just the outside of that. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to do these flowers here because those look like the same type of flower that hasn't yet bloomed. Okay, so now I'm going to do that. Okay, and I'm going to put that aside. Now I'm going to come in with another dauber, and with my Grapefruit Grove, I'm going to do all the other little flowers that are on this beautiful impression. Let's see. There's another one right there. And here, my yellow goes over my orange, and that's fine with me. I don't have any problem with that. Because like I said, part of the design of this is kind of just, not that it's messy, it's just not constrained to the limits. So now I'm going to bring in my Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to do my leaves. And these little funky things there. And again, start out light, and if you want it a little darker, you can always go back. But if you start out dark, you cannot take away. Oops, I forgot to do the inside of my flower. I'm going to go back in there, and I'm going to do that with my pineapple punch. And there is my coloring. Isn't that super simple? Told you this one was simple. I'm just going to close up my stamp pads here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach my ribbon. And I've cut my ribbon just a tiny bit longer. Now I can either attach my ribbon first so that I know where I'm going to stamp, or I can stamp and then hope that my ribbon fits. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my ribbon first. I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive. I ran out of snail, so I have my fast fuse. Dropped my ribbon. And I'm going to just bring this in, right about here. Wrap that around so that it catches my adhesive. I'm going to put that down too low. Going to bring my ribbon right about here and wrap this around the side so it catches my adhesive. Give it a little tug and do the same on the other side. And now with my Granny Apple Green, I'm going to ink up my stamp that says Happy Birthday, and I'm just going to stamp that right there in the corner. And that's really it. Now all I have to do is attach this to my card front. And today I'm going to use my liquid glue. I don't usually use that, but I've seen a lot of people use it. And it, oops. And it gives you a little bit of leeway. Gives you a little more free time to change it up when you, to move it around, I should say, when you place it, if it's not perfectly straight. I figured since I ran out of snail, I would try that, and I did like the way that worked. And there is my card. Isn't that cute? And again, you could use any sentiment down there at all. Forever and always. Let's see, what else is on this? Happy day, I miss you, with love and sympathy, many thanks, Happy Mother's Day, sent with love, and so on and so on. I'm not going to read them all to you. But there is my card. How super simple was that? Now there's also another embossing folder that lends itself really well to this same technique, and I believe it's called the Falling Leaves. I don't have the jacket for this one because it's in my basket somewhere. But this is beautiful. It coordinates with the lemon, oh, what's the name of that? Lemon zest bundle. So this is really nice, and this is a card that I made with that one. And what I did here was I just ran it through the same way, and instead of breaking it down in all different colors, I just took a sponge dauber with mint macaron and sponged all of those. And it's the same technique but a different look because this design is all over and this one is a specific image. So I hope you will give this a try. It's a very easy technique, and it's a great way to use your embossing folders in a different way. Again, if you have any questions at all, certainly contact me through my blog, www.stampwithanna.blogspot.com. If you have any questions about this project or any of the products that I used, please let me know and I'll be glad to help you. And if you also don't have a demonstrator with whom you work and you'd like a new catalog, let me know and I'll be glad to ship one out to you. I hope you'll come back tomorrow and join me as I show you a very special wedding card that I made using the tufted embossing folder. I'll catch you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.